It's tight though.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
All right, welcome into Wewoka Tigers TV. We're at the second week of the season. This is our second week of Captains and Coaches Show. Just kind of recapping the Holdenville football game with our captains for week 2 and talk about the upcoming opponent, the Okemah Panthers. We're down one captain tonight, Quentin Moore. He was not here. He's injured. So, Tatum, what are some things that you were saying to your teammates during the huddle and timeouts to kind of keep them going for that Holdenville game?
I mean, to be honest, for the most part, I was kind of staying quiet, minding my own business. But, like, whenever I was, like, just seeing that we were kind of falling apart, I was just trying to, like, encourage them, like, keep them just in the game, like, you know, hey, don't mind what the other team's saying. Just do your part, you know, do your job, and just, do it to the best of your ability because, like, you know.
So, I know Holdenville was, like, pretty physical up front. And Coach Beeler was talking about how they were kind of switching a lot of guys in and out, and you know they were staying. I guess they just weren't getting tired, you know. And you guys had to go. Yeah, you guys were going and going and going, flipping back and forth. And I know Okemah, they kind of are like y'all. They have or more like Holdenville. They're very physical up front, but they don't have a lot of depth, kind of like you guys.
Yeah.
They're going back and forth. So what can you learn from the physicality of Holdenville's line to prepare you for Okemah's?
I'd just say. I don't know to think of like on that question, but like what I just say is all we have to do is just work, you know, and just keep working, do our assignments, our job, What you looking at me like that for?
So last question here, just putting the Holdenville game in the past, what is the message to your teammates to get you ready for the next game?
You know, just keep working. Like I can't stress that enough. We just need to keep working, just like, you know, stay out of trouble, all that, and just keep coming to practice and just get better every single day. 'Cause like we're still a young team.
Yeah, I mean,
like what I said
young,
last time. We're a young team. We can develop, you know, and for the years to come, we're gonna become better.
All right, that was Week 2 captain, offensive lineman, Tatum Louie. We're going to be right back. We'll have a short break, and we'll be back with Jacob Avery. This is Wewoka Tigers TV, powered by Squirtle.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
All right, we're back with freshman quarterback Jacob Avery, Week 2 captain against Okemah. Jacob, how did it feel to get out there for your first game in a few years and just get your feet wet?
Very nervous.
Yeah.
But I was prepared for it.
Okay. How did it feel really you got out there in the first series and 2 were kind of rough, and then you kind of got settled in there. You just didn't really have that much time to kind of get the play going. So, what was the message to your linemen and to get them going? Like, hey, let's block and get our assignments.
Just need to pick it up, start working more, and stop being lazy. Shuffle that feet.
So I know a lot of people would say that Holdenville is probably the best team on your schedule. They're a really good football team. So how does it feel to kind of get that, that very experienced team out of the way and start getting into, your Class A, your district opponents?
Well, get us prepared because we needed a tough team off the bat to get ready for the next one.
Do you kind of wish that Holdenville was like later on in the season?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to get that over with? Yeah, for sure. So what are you telling your teammates to, keep them focused and keep pushing forward?
Get a better mindset. Stop being lazy.
What's your initial, thoughts on Okemah? And I don't think did you ever play him when you were younger or anything? So this is your first time ever going against him. So what are your first thoughts on just Okemah?
Don't let them push us around.
Yeah, don't let them push. All right. Well, that was freshman quarterback Jacob Avery. We're going to be right back, and we'll talk to head football coach Caden Boswell.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
All right, we're back with head football coach Caden Boswell to just talk about this past week's game against Holdenville and moving forward to Okemah. So what were some of the things you told after your players game 1? I'm sure they were, down on themselves.
Yeah. Game 1, you don't expect it to be like that.
Right.
We knew going in Holdenville was a experienced team, physical team. We knew that. If you listen into the first show we had last week, we knew going in it was going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
So we knew, they have a lot of seniors. I think 15 plus, 20 plus, something like that.
I think, yeah, it was around 20, I think.
We had one senior who actually played. And
one series.
One series, took him out, battling ankle injuries. Expect him to be back this week, I hope. Mainly on the field with sophomores and freshmen. So basically after the game I told him, inexperience happens. We are inexperienced. That game, that's the toughest team we're going to play all season.
Yeah. They were very experienced and the most experienced team.
Oh yeah. Not negating the fact that this week Okemah's a good team too. But that is one of the toughest teams we're going to see all season, and they're going to make a playoff push.
Yeah.
So I just told them, refocus. That game's over with. On to the next week. Train keeps moving.
And speaking of that, early on they were pretty rattled early, your team.
Oh, yeah.
And it showed the immaturity, the inexperience there, and I think it showed Holdenville's experience. They were ready to come out. They knew what to expect, and your guys, nothing you can battle. You knew they didn't know what to expect. So what were you telling them in those early timeouts and stuff, and swapping positions with them? What did you kind of tell them to keep their heads,
Just to focus.
Yeah.
And I put a lot of the blame on me. I'm pretty self-aware in the fact that I put a lot of the blame. I put that game on me. Did we prepare them to the best of our ability? We thought we did. After the game, you kind of look back and stuff could have gone different.
Yeah.
Would the stuff that we would have worked on in practice gone different with the outcome of the game? Probably not. But all we can control is us,
right?
Our team. So a lot of that game I put on me. I put on me as a coach, not none of my other assistant coaches, but on me.
Mm-hmm.
When we win, it's on the players and the other coaches. When we lose, it's on me. And I take full responsibility for that.
And so, speaking of that game, last question about the Holdenville game. Is there anything that you stressed from that game in today's practice that, hey, we need to work on that like immediately? We need to address that problem immediately.
Mentality, conditioning. You know, they out-conditioned us.
Mm-hmm.
They were far more the more conditioned team.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it too. And if you ask some of our freshmen, you ask our quarterback too. When the lights came on, it's a completely different world out there.
It's completely different
you
than
know?
scrimmage.
And you could see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, I told them right then and there and after the game, that happens. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Calm down. Move on to the next week. Only thing we can control is the next game.
And I know that you had, like you said, Quentin Moore went down with an injury, or he had an injury earlier in the week.
Yes.
He just wasn't even close to ready to go, and he played a series. And then you had Jatarius Perry go down with that head injury. So can you just give an update on your injured players real quick?
I haven't really talked to JT. I talked to him yesterday. He's in good spirits.
Mm-hmm.
He's good. I'm going to hold him out this week. We're going to be missing him on defense, really, and on offense. Quentin Moore, kind of talked to him a little bit. His ankle was looking good Friday night. We had him out here early pregame, just kind of going through, making sure that ankle's loosened up just to see. We knew he was game time decision.
Yeah.
After the first kickoff return, he kind of tweaked it a little bit again. We didn't want to push it too much.
Mm-hmm.
He was begging us to play. We said, we got 9 more weeks of this. Sit down.
And you really only need him for, your district matchup.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what's most important. Just by week 4, he's healthy.
Biggest thing, too, get our young guys some experience.
Mm-hmm.
That first game, it's good to get that first game out of the way.
Yeah.
We knew going in, like I said before, we knew going in was going to be a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
So getting our young guys experience in an environment like that, even though we were at home, it was still a hostile environment to them.
Mm-hmm.
They've never seen it before. Our crowd was electric. Their crowd was electric. Our guys went in, deer in the headlights, just froze.
Yeah.
And that comes with that's the inexperience showing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, we're going to move forward. This week, it'll be a whole new ballgame.
And speaking of that new ball game, your first thoughts on Okemah? I know they kind of run the same offense that Holdenville runs defensively. I don't know if it's anywhere close to what Holdenville runs, but I know offensively, everyone stacks the line, and all 11 players are right there. So just your first thoughts on them.
Good team.
Yeah.
Good team. New coach. So, they're down on numbers kind of like we are.
Mm-hmm.
But, I treat every week as this, they are a great team.
Mm-hmm.
We got to come in. We got to out-physical them once again a week, just like last week. Every single week we're treating we're going week by week. We're not looking forward to the next opponent. Not looking for 3 opponents 3 weeks later down the road. We're looking for this week right now.
Yeah.
Come out here and hopefully hit them in their mouth.
I think a lot of times our issue every week is depth, and to see a team that even has less players than we do, I think it's interesting to see how they're going to use their depth, and it's going to be very similar to us because you just don't have that many guys that's coming in and out of the game, and so it's going to be a battle of who's more in shape, who can go longer.
Depth is an issue. You're at a small school. Depth is an issue. Hopefully down the road we don't have to worry about that, but right now it is an issue we have to take into account. So depth is huge, but that also I don't see it as an issue really. I see it as we're getting our young guys experience for next year or for the year after that. We're not negating this year already. We're still looking to make a push for the playoffs this year. We got a great group, great young group. They all have fire in their eyes, ready to hit, ready to play. But getting our guys out there, being young has its disadvantages, but it also has its advantages.
Right.
Because next year when they're out on the field, they already know what to expect.
And I know there's probably a lot of things you wish that could have looked better in that game against Holdenville. So what are some things that you think are realistically that you want to see that get better from, Holdenville to Okemah? Work on this week, and what are some things you're going to try and hit on and you want to see improved in that game against Okemah?
Play calling by me.
Okay.
I messed up a lot. Maybe the lights were too big for me at that point. I stepped out there too and we wanted the ball first. We wanted to make a splash off rip.
Right.
And my play calling wasn't the greatest. Stuff went we had a couple of false starts here and there. On the first drive, first play was a false start.
Right.
And I kind of let that get to me. I take that. That's on me.
Anything from the player's perspective?
When it comes to the team, they're young, like we've been saying. So first things first, we just got to get the pregame jitters out.
Yeah.
Every single game. It could be, me as a player in high school and in college, I played the game for 14 years. Every single game. I had pregame jitters.
Right.
If you don't have butterflies in your stomach, that means you don't really care.
Time to give it up if
Yeah,
at
exactly.
that point. So.
And every single game until my last game, I had butterflies. So I knew something was still there.
Any closing remarks? Anything you want to say to the fan base for this week's game?
Trust the process. This week's a whole new week. We're going to come out, put on a show, and let's hope to have every single one of the fans there.
Right.
Come down, say hi after the game, say what's up.
Take some pictures.
Take some pictures.
Yeah.
Do whatever. I'm looking to see hopefully I see everybody there that I saw last week. We're coming. We'll be there. Don't worry about it.
Well, game starts at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
On Friday. We'll go live pregame at 6 p.m. But we hope to see you guys out here. This was Week 2 Captains and Coaches Show. We'll be back next Monday for Week 3 to recap the Okemah game and talk about the Canadian game. This is We Wilka Tigers TV, powered by Squirtle. See you later.